Ancient origins of the Nordic. The Norse people, also known as the Vikings, mostly centered around today's northwestern Europe, countries including England, Wales, and Scotland, as their religion was based on agriculture. Northwestern Europe had a very rich source of soil, and the weather was also immaculate and damp for these agricultural conditions. These geographical features have greatly contributed to these religious beliefs, as their gods had a certain duty, which in this case has led them to their lifestyle and the way they live. Hence, it shows the reasons behind moving, although there isn't a real evident reason. In the beginning, there was a cold land with the name of Niflheim. It was on the verge of getting really hot. From melting ice, two beings were formed: Ymir, an evil frost giant, and Ethumba, a peaceful cow. Through Ymir's sweat came frost giants, and when Ethumba had licked the salty ice, her tongue had revealed a man from the ice called Bor. Bor had a son, Bor, and he had three sons: Odin, Val, and Ve. They were the first of the gods. Ymir grew to become so evil that Odin, Val, and Ve had been forced to kill him. Odin and his brothers dragged Ymir's dead body into the middle of the frozen land, and an ocean was formed from his blood. They pounded his skin to make hills and valleys. They then broke his bones into mountain crags and shaped his teeth and toes into rocks and pebbles. His hairs were turned into trees, and his remaining flesh became soil, which dwarfs emerged from. Odin, Val, and Ve then commanded four dwarves to hold up Ymir's skull and to make the sky. Odin ordered a frost giant, in the form of an eagle, to flap its wings and create wind. Odin then tossed Ymir's brain to make a cloud. Sparks of fire from Muspelheim, another land nearby, were set in the sky by the brothers to create stars. Beyond the sea and near the shores was Jotunheim, home of the frost giants. While the three brothers were walking along the shore, they came across an ash and an elm tree trunk. From these trees they made Ask and Embla, the first man and woman, who became the ancestors of human beings. Odin breathed the spirit of life into them, Val gave them feelings and thoughts, and Ve contributed their physical sense of hearing and sight. The Norse people believed in a variety of gods, in which each of them had a different duty. These gods include Odin, Thor, Loki, Frey, Freya, Idun, Sif, and Hel. Some were militaristic, other religious, and other economic. Odin was the most popular by far, and was the chief god in Norse mythology. The Icelandic sagas also mention the use of magic, including foretelling the future, shape-shifting, healing, and cursing. After death, a person would travel to the afterlife. Only the bravest soldiers would accompany Odin and his allies to half of the dead, often known as Valhalla. Later on, the Norse had taken Christianity as a religion, rather than the belief of Eddas. The Norse people believe that there are two types of gods, the Aesir and Vaemon, and believe in other various creatures, such as giants and dwarves. The Aesir gods were the source of war, power, and death, while the Vanir were responsible for fertility. In Norse mythology, Odin is the chief god of the Aesir gods and the king of Asgard. He is the father of Thor, Balder, Hoder, Tyr, Bragi, Heimdall, Ul, Vidar, Hermod, and Vali. His wives were Fjorgyn, Frigga, and Rin. Thor was the son of God and Fjorgyn. He was a god of thunder, the sky, fertility, and the law. His belt and hammer were given to him by his father, and possessed great power to which helped him in battles. Thor is a trickster god, the wizard of lies and in many ways the most interesting god in Asgard. A shapeshifter and father of hell, Loki becomes more evil and is responsible for the death of both. Loki and Thor are perhaps the most well-known gods in Asgard, but there are far more gods that play an important role in this realm. There is no real or very little evidence of devotional rituals, nor worship nor idolatry. There is, however, some evidence of ritual associated with the goddess of fertility, Freya. The Vikings had believed that after they died, they would join their gods in the afterlife, so they were buried with the goods they would need in the next life. For men, they offered weapons and tools required for trade. For women, they offered jewelry and home items. The dead were usually buried underground or in wooden chambers or in pits. Many barriers were built in the ships, hence the sea was very important to them. The wealth of the people was clearly evident from the artifacts placed in their graves. Only men were considered to fight in battles, while the women had been left in their homeland villages, preparing for their return, and children used to also aid the women. The Vikings, also known as the Norse, from the Scandinavian region, had seen the answers to the mysteries of their gods. Their evidence came from the myths and the Eddas, which has come down from the Icelandic people. These stories explain the world in which they live, a world with very little supply of farming land. To see the meaning behind this, and what they can do to pull themselves out of this situation.